Welcome to the Grit and Grace podcast, where real conversations meet real growth. This is the place where we lean into life's challenges with grit and rise above them with grace. Whether you're here for encouragement, practical tools, or a reminder that you're not walking this journey alone, you're in the right place. So let's dive in. Well, so our race recap.
Yep, that's what we do, guys.
That's right. Our race recap last weekend, we participated in the Take Heart 10K.
Yes.
And it was special because we were a sponsor. Grace Wellness was a sponsor. And then the I Try 365, Corey Moore, she asked us to be a part of a women's hormone health panel discussion that happened the day before. And so that was good.
That was very good. That was a great idea.
Yeah, it really was. And we're hoping to build on that and maybe do it in a different setting, because there's so much confusion related to hormones and women's health. So we were happy to participate in that. And so the Take Heart, it was only the second annual, and they moved the race. It was at the Boulders last year, and they moved it to Holly Tree. And so, you know, for us, it was a little bit of a challenge because it was a 9 a.m. start.
We had coffee before.
Yes. As I said, I can run 20 miles, get groceries, and have coffee for an hour, hour and a half with you by 9 a.m. So we were like having to be a little bit flexible.
We tried to stay up late and go and wake up late, but it didn't work.
Yeah. We had coffee first, and so we were still, it was just 1 week post Austin half.
Yes.
So I had this little hamstring situation, but we just kind of we've got nerves. The two of us together, we've got some nerves. So we stayed over by ourselves, try to get our little nervous energy out and do our little warm up together. And then we just arrived at the start line.
We did, 5 minutes.
Literally.
And I followed her up to the front.
Yes. I was like, come on, Christy, because she'd gotten stuck in Austin behind people. So I was like, we're going to the front. And what's funny, after it was over, somebody that was one of the vendors there, they were like, we had y'all pegged as the runners because y'all just walked up at the end. And we did. But anyway, it was a good race. The weather was good. It warmed up.
Weather was good. Very good.
Did you feel okay about what you wore?
I did.
Temperature-wise.
I had a tank top on, guys.
Wow. I didn't even have a tank top on.
Did wear arm sleeves?
Yes. Well, it was 9 a.m.
You wore long sleeves.
I did. Did I wear long sleeves or short? I wore short sleeves. I wore short sleeves and
You
shorts.
did wear short sleeves.
Yeah, short sleeves and shorts. And so it was super hilly little course. And the 10K was 2 loops. So you did the hills twice. But anyway, I just kind of took off. Well, you took off hot too, but I took off fast because I think I was at about a 6.5 minute pace. And there were some people behind me. But I just was up by the bicycles in the lead.
It was so great.
And so only one time did I look back and I was like, okay, I don't see anybody behind me. So I think I'm good unless something happens.
Because guys, she goes to win.
Yeah, I was running to win. And we train in Holly Trees.
Yes.
So I really
we know the roads.
Yeah, I just kept telling myself, this is just a Saturday run. You know, everything's controlled. And so
it was a lot hillier than I expected.
Yeah. How did you feel overall?
I felt good.
You came out hot too, right?
I came out stupid
blazing.
I did. I had someone next to me.
Which is really funny because I always
run solo.
Yeah. I always jokingly tell Christy we can run together, and somebody ran right next to her.
Right next to me.
Which, if you're listening, it was a blessing.
It was a blessing.
It was good.
It was, because it was like God put you there because I had a goal and I met that goal. But the funny thing was, she looked at me during the run and she said, I bet she wants to get sub 50. And I was like, well, I did, but I didn't think I was going to get it because I just finished the Austin Marathon. But I did, because you ran right next to me. And I was like, I can't slow down. Do I slow down? No, I don't slow down. There was a lot of mental things going on in my head that entire time.
So it was a 10K PR for both of us.
It was.
I really wanted to be sub 40, but that was a hilly course, and the little Hammy was talking.
Yeah. I mean, both of our times, we were consistent on miles 1 and 2, 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And both of ours, 3 and 6, was about 30 or 40 seconds slower.
Yeah, because there was a large hill.
It was an entire mile, I think, of a hill.
Yeah, a large hill. So my pace ended up being 6:40, and I finished in 42 and something. And your pace was what, 7:30?
I think it's 7:48, maybe?
7:48. I was thinking 7:38. 7:48.
No, not 7. Yeah, 7:48. And my time was 49, like 30 or something.
Yeah, so I finished first. You finished third.
I finished third.
Yeah, so it was cool because we got to stand on the podium together.
Yes, it was. I'm still in shock.
It was sweet.
She's becoming this little runner, aren't I?
Yes, it was a good race. A little runner. So, yeah, we're ready for fresh.
Yes,
so
we are. That's what we did this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We did that this morning.
Yep, we did a little fresh run through in the dark, little footwork, trying to navigate the sidewalks and lack thereof. Yeah, it was good. So hopefully the weather's good for fresh. And then this is just like the season. The
temperature, great. It's just thunderstorms, lightning storms. And it's not going away. But the same thing was for the Take-Heart. There was supposed to be rain on the Take-Heart, and it was a beautiful day.
Yeah, so hopefully it clears. I know that you'll keep us up to date on the minute by minute, though.
I will, 100%, guys. Follow me on Instagram if you want to know weather updates.
Yes. Well, so today's podcast is a good one.
It is a good one.
Because, and let me the disclaimer to this podcast is, it is all meant in love. It is all meant in love to make you stronger and to make you better. But the title is You Might Be Living in an Excuse If. And so we're just going to talk about some of the excuses we hear. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to talk about the power of breaking through those excuses, right? Of not having excuses in our life.
Don't dwell on them.
For everything.
Don't stay on them.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We've got to take ownership of our life.
Yes.
Of how the direction it's going.
Yeah.
And that should give you a warning sign of maybe I'm making too many excuses.
Yeah, and I think I'll start with this.
Okay.
We just finished listening to a great Jocko podcast, and it was about excuses and about extreme ownership.
It is.
And so this just sums it up. Like, we need to listen to this daily. But excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted from you. Excuses are not your friend. Excuses are like a friend at the bar that keeps feeding you drinks that is really not your friend. When your excuses make you feel a little bit better about what you didn't execute because you didn't do what you were supposed to. Excuses are the opposite of extreme ownership. Extreme ownership is when you accept responsibility for what needs to change. When you do not accept responsibility for what needs to change, nothing changes and you stay exactly in the same place with excuses. So much power in that statement or that series of statements.
Yes.
And, we see that with people related to health, related to fitness, related to time management. I mean, so many things. And excuses really keep you completely stagnant.
Completely. You will make no forward progress. You'll go backwards, and you will again look back and how did I get here? What got me here? And what got you here is you.
Yeah, and that is hard to hear.
That is a hard thing to hear.
Yes.
And that same podcast said that when he talked about hitting rock bottom. Mm-hmm. And some people, when you hit rock bottom and you get there, and you look in the mirror and you realize that you are the reason you're there.
Yeah. Wow.
Then you can fix it.
Yeah.
You can fix it.
Yeah. And so we may be talking mainly about excuses, but we 100% believe that you have the power to change.
100%.
And so that's the encouragement on the other side. It's not to be derogatory about excuses. It is to empower you to change.
Yes. Because, again, we are not perfect.
Yeah.
I am not a cyborg that always makes the right decisions, the right choices, and never uses an excuse.
Yes. Right before we push play, we were talking about February goals, and we were talking about which goals we did not meet.
We were. We were.
So, and which ones need to carry over to March?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes. And that is it. But again, it is seeing it early.
Yeah, and we say that all the time to each other, that's one thing that we love about each other is that we don't want to be stuck. Like, we want to change. We always want to be better.
Yeah.
So, whatever it is. So, you might be living an excuse if you ever said, I'd eat healthy, but my husband likes sugar. I hear that all the time. I hear spouses blaming the other one for their eating habits or their health habits or their lack of fitness or weight.
Yep.
And here's the thing, you can do anything alone.
Yes, you can.
So
Yes,
you can get up alone, exercise alone, eat your chicken alone.
Yes, you can.
Yes. So that is just an excuse, my friends.
If you've said, I can't work out because my kids have sports, you might be living an excuse. Because a lot of sporting events are at fields.
Yeah.
There's maybe, if it's an indoor sport, a bleacher. I've done many workust around a soccer field, a basketball court, things like that, and it's like they just know me as that person. That's not just going to sit there and do that. I'm there to support.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's not gonna be an excuse.
You know, we hear the excuse of I just don't have time all the time. And the truth is we make time for what's important.
Yes.
You know, whether that's getting up earlier or you can carve it into your day somehow, but you make time for what's important. Because you may be saying you don't have time for exercise, but you have time for your favorite show. You have time, you know, to go out and stay out late with friends. Like, you make time for what matters.
Agree. And if you said, I just don't have time, while knowing every episode of your favorite show, we need to talk.
Yeah.
We need to have a conversation, because I see it all the time on Facebook. People asking for the next series to watch.
Yeah.
And that is like one of the hottest Facebook conversations, especially during that ice storm. Oh my gosh. It was like, what next? What's to watch? What's to watch? And speaking of the ice storm, I heard that a lot in my office as an excuse of reasons why they couldn't start their healthy lifestyle, or why they had to push pause.
Yes, I've heard that a lot too. I ate so bad during the ice storm.
Because of the ice storm.
We were only at home 2 days.
I mean, we were like, we're home. We can do a lot.
Yeah, I got a lot done.
This is like an opportunity.
Yeah,
like meal prep. I don't know, but good.
Well, so excuses are rarely dramatic. They sound responsible. They sound sacrificial. They sound loving. They sound busy.
Okay, that's true. But most excuses are simply comfort protection. You are protecting your comfort. Identity avoidance. Yep. We talk about identity a lot. Ownership deflection. Way to start with ownership.
Yeah.
Ownership. You are deflecting ownership. And excuses protect you from discomfort, not from consequences.
So I see this all the time, and I've told you this, that I have this whole, it's like human psychology. I see it when I have somebody that really needs to get on a path towards health. Overweight, chronic diseases, and they tell me, they just leave like a little out, you know? So they're worried about side effects. They're, you know, and I think it's self-preservation, that they don't want to have to commit to improvement. So I just see it. That's what excuses are. Excuses are like a way to protect you and your comfort.
Okay, of course, I have to throw running in there, because it was that podcast. It's so funny how the things we listen to always pertains to things that we're doing, conversations we're having. But it was that podcast with Jeff Cunningham and Mitch Amons, and he was talking about, because Mitch ran on basically a broken ankle.
Yeah, he did.
And you know, he was talking about how some people will get to the starting line before a race and say, oh, my hamstring's hurting, or this. Like, they're giving them an out right away.
Yes.
They are giving themselves an out.
Yes.
Immediately.
And his point being was he didn't tell his coach.
He did not tell his coach.
Had a broken ankle. And because he was like, I was going to do it. I was not going to put that on social media, you know, as an out, that just run your race.
Run your race.
And wow, that's convicting in a lot of areas.
It was very good.
Yeah.
And it was convicting to me, 100%, because I can see myself doing that probably with weather.
Well, and there's always an excuse when we meet up to run. We always have a lot to say to each other, even if we just saw each other. And we're always like, oh, we could just walk and talk. But then we're like, we got to go. We got to start. We'll have this long. Push start. This is just an excuse. And so there's so many excuses related to dieting. Yes. And so one excuse that I hear so often is, well, I don't want to be inconvenient. So I'm not going to eat something different than what my family's eating because that's inconvenient. Or I heard one this week, I don't want to hurt my mother-in-law's feelings because she's the one cooking. And we say this all the time. It is okay to be a snob for your health. And Christy and I have both been at social events where we did not eat or where we totally looked like the healthy people in what we chose to put on our plate.
Yes.
And that is okay. That is not being inconvenient. And that is taking ownership for your health and your decision making. And the truth is, you're not required to eat somebody else's habits.
That is powerful.
That is so powerful.
That is so powerful.
Yes.
Because you are now allowing them to run your life.
Yes.
And and people, if you know me, I am very passionate. Is that a good word? I'm passionate. And sometimes it can be portrayed as hard. But I'm passionate about this because it makes me so sad that people allow this to run their lives.
Right.
Party, a diet, someone cooking, or this to run your life and put what's in your body. And it's like you've given the choice over to somebody else.
Right. And I think that's one reason that you've stood so firm in your conviction about alcohol and sugar is that you never want anything to control your life again.
Never.
And you've been there. So this comes from a place of experience. And so it's not like judgment because you've been there.
Been there.
And never want to be there again.
Never.
So I think you're kind of like a zero tolerance. Only because you've been there. Only because you know how good you feel.
That is it. And I know the power behind committing to something of anything, of whatever it is, whatever you're convicted of doing and sticking to it, the power in that.
Yeah.
That it gives you to look back and have that stone of remembrance to say, I did that.
Yeah.
And I can continue to do this.
Right.
And I will choose to continue to do this because I can go to a party and not drink alcohol. I can go anywhere and not eat a donut, eat a cookie, eat anything. I'm fine, guys. I'm completely fine. And I am acceptable wherever I go. And I am confident in who I am that it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And sometimes when someone, just like we have done in social situations where we choose to honor our body, it is sometimes, unfortunately, a mirror to themselves.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard to see that you making excuses to not be on the path that we are on.
Yeah.
Or that you want to be on. I mean, I'm not saying that our path is perfect by any means.
Yeah. But you will never go wrong by choosing your health.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. And it is, because one thing that we always harp on, and that I have 99.9% of my clients do, is have a set time to stop eating. And because I see so many people giving me excuses of, well, my husband's eating, so I want to eat too with him. And,
we want to sit down and have a family meal. I hear that all the time. I heard that recently from somebody. Well, the reason that I have to eat this way is because it's still important to sit down and have a family meal. You can sit down and have a family meal no matter what. And your whole family needs to be eating earlier, you know?
Yes.
So, or you can sit down with your family and visit with them and not eat.
Yeah, they can eat that. I do have a lot of clients that do that. that have chosen, either an anti-inflammatory diet, and they have children just like our children that they don't eat the way we eat.
Yeah, I do not eat what I cook for my children, and I don't cook bad things for my children. It's just not what I eat.
Exactly. I mean, and so that's the thing. And so just being that leader in your home, and especially as a parent. And it's like I've always told people that my children don't eat perfect, because they think that because we eat the way they do, that our children do too, that we might have Oreos in our house, and they're shocked. I'm like, but we lead from the front, and we hope that they'll follow us, and we teach them what to do, and we educate them on how to eat perfect. And but they see us being consistent, and I mean, we're never perfect, but it is that consistency that they see in day out that truly makes a difference when you are leading.
Yeah. I think about my little Bridget that's 5, and every night when we pray for her, she says, who's going to be home in the morning? Because she knows that one parent's going to be working out, so who's going to be home in the morning? And so that's just consistency,
I agree.
So you might be living an excuse if you say, my kids play sports and we live at the ball field, so I can't eat healthy. We hear that so often.
A lot.
And the translation to that is that you're basically saying fast food is easier than planning. And, I mean, the real truth is if your kids are at the ball field, then they need better nutrition, not fast food. And I have said this before, maybe in our morning routine podcast, but we literally have like a family meeting, or my big kids text me and tell me what they want to eat that week. Like, we do it before I grocery shop, because you have to plan.
You just have to plan.
And so, and goodness, what do we do when we're traveling? Beef jerky. Yesterday, Christy was in a hurry and she had a stressful morning, and she ate tuna and
cashews,
beef jerky out of my office.
Out of the office. I was like, I need something.
It was like not glamorous.
Not glamorous at all.
But it was protein.
I didn't go through a drive-through.
Didn't go through a drive-through.
I would have fasted before I did that.
30 grams of protein.
I did.
And, it worked.
I remember I had a client, and she's on the path. She's awesome. And her girls play volleyball. And we had a plan where she could have a cooler, and if it was like a later game, she would have a sparkling water. Because sometimes when you're sitting in the bleachers, you just feel like you just want something different, instead of just water. And so I was like, sparkling water, that is something that you can feel like you can enjoy. But she packed carrot sticks and yogurt, some Greek yogurts, and beef sticks, and she had everything.
Yeah.
And it's like I have sat in the bleachers with carrot sticks. Every time I go watch my girls play t-ball, if it's an early game, I'm like, I just want something to nibble on. I'll take carrot sticks. I will take sugar snap peas, because they want something crunchy.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but there are options. There truly are other options.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people out there are not eating that.
Yeah.
They're not, and it's sad when I go to the ball field of watching what people are putting in their body. And is it an excuse of I have to go get fried chicken because we have a 6 o'clock game?
Yeah. That is just an excuse. You know what I think about with the sugar snap peas? Well, we've talked about that when we travel, like we have our little snack bag and we may not eat for the whole day, but I think it was our first trip together. I didn't really know Christy, and she pulled out like a gallon size Ziploc bag of fruit.
Yeah.
In the airport.
Because Lance, he did it. He's going to let it go bad. Yes, I did.
She ate on that fruit for like 3 days,
100%.
room temperature. But the bottom line is, it would have been an excuse to be like, I have to buy something at the airport.
Yes.
So.
And it also reminds me of like going to football games, and we see clients that don't see us. And
I'm like, those chili cheese fries. Whew.
Those nachos are that. We'll be talking about that when I see you in my office, guys.
That's right. So, I mean, those are just excuses. Plan ahead. Plan ahead for you. Plan ahead for your family. You will save money. You will feel better. You will be healthier. So, another excuse that we sometimes hear is that healthy food is too expensive. And food is expensive, but eating out is very expensive now.
You know what also is expensive? Sick care.
Yeah, absolutely. Chronic
care.
disease management.
Chronic disease is very sick.
Yeah. Meds and
Yep.
and chronic inflammation. That's one thing that we see so commonly with people, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so bloated." So common, such a common complaint.
100%.
And it is because they're
on
eating.
convenient food
Yeah.
that is ultra processed.
Yes. And it causes hormone dysregulation, it causes fatigue, it causes weight gain, joint pain.
And I mean, Alani's and everything that everybody's drinking, this stuff is not cheap.
No.
Even drive-thrus are not cheap anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't believe that.
Right.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go and get like food prepping services. We have some here in town, and it may cost you a little bit of money up front, but it's going to be cheaper than going through a drive-through.
Yeah.
And it's going to be better for your health, and you're going to feel better, and it's going to give you the macronutrients you need.
Yeah.
And so,
so that is just an excuse. It's just an out. It's a self-preservation out to make yourself feel better.
It is. They don't want to take ownership.
Yeah, another excuse, and coming off of this time of year, we hear all the time, I'm just going to get through this season. I'm going to start after Valentine's. I'm going to start after Thanksgiving, after Christmas, New Year's. Well, there's always something.
Oh,
it's
there's
going to be
always
Easter
something.
in a few weeks. And so then there's going to be Easter candy.
There's
and
weddings. There's birthday parties.
Yes, life is always going to be there.
I know.
You know.
And I hear that so many times, and Bethany is much better at fixing her face than I am. She can hide. I'm working on this, guys, and I tell clients that all the time when they tell me things. But I hear that, like, but what I have a birthday party coming up, and I usually ask the question, how does that impact our goals? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure this out. How does an hour and a half impact goals? Mm-hmm. And it's just like we talked about before. They feel like they have to partake.
Yeah.
In this.
Yeah. Like, be present. You can go and celebrate
and walk away proud.
That's right, and not eat, and not eat the cupcake. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is almost, and the same thing applies when I see this, because I love doing hard things. Like, I love doing like a Whole30 challenge during like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Mm-hmm. No one's going to do that. Mm-hmm. I enjoy doing that. Mm-hmm. Because it's a meal. It's I don't want people to gain that 10 or 15 pounds that a lot of people are. But it's also, there's never a perfect time, but it's also, you don't want to get healthy for a season.
Right.
For a wedding.
That for a vacation.
Yes.
All the time.
All the time.
I'm about to go to the beach and I need to get healthy. No, it needs to be a lifestyle. A lifestyle. And so that is, and life doesn't calm down. Like, let's just be real. There's always going to be a holiday. There's always going to be a party. Yep. We associate all good things with eating, and we shouldn't.
I know.
Let's associate all good things with the people that we love instead of with what we're going to eat.
Yeah, it is so true. Because life is never going to be perfect. And it's always changing. There's always going to be hard times. You've got to endure. You've got to get through it. And the more that you know what you want, the goals that you want, and you stick to it, and you stand up for yourself, and you are disciplined, and you strive to not succumb to short-term gratification.
Yeah.
You have got to remember your long-term goals, because everything is instant.
Yeah.
Instagram. I'm thinking about another podcast. Everything is instant gratification.
Yeah.
And they don't want to suffer through that moment.
Yeah. And I think that that's one reason that we do like fitness goals, is because we like to do hard things, but we know, okay, we have this race coming. So why would I eat this? Or why would I not exercise? Or why would I not push start? Walk instead of run, because I have this goal.
Yep.
And everything is in alignment with that. And our goals that we share are very fitness related, but we have other goals, that are spiritual goals, relationship goals, and everything should align with those goals.
I was thinking about that this morning, just getting ready this morning, okay, when's my next big race? Okay, so how am I going to, stay in fitness. Not going to lose fitness.
Don't lose
Don't
fitness.
lose fitness. And just prepare for my next big race. And I'm excited because I have my eye on a prize at all the time, and I'm moving forward, and I'm getting better, and I'm doing more things, and we have lots of things.
Do you think
to
that
do.
maybe that we need another race? Do you think we should sign up for something extra?
Of course we do. We only have had one half marathon this year. You've only
No, you've had two.
I've had Houston and
Austin.
that's what I was going to say. Have you had a full yet? Yes, I forgot. Houston's already been there, guys.
Yeah, I'm always ready to sign up for a race. That's why I have this hammy situation. Well, so that brings us segues right into the next excuse, exercise excuses. I just don't have time. I had, talking about fixing your face, I had to fix my face the other day because somebody was like, I just don't have time. Like, I would have to get up earlier, and I just don't know how it would fit into my life. Well, and this sounds kind of harsh, but you're talking to the wrong girl. For our patients that are listening to this podcast, we may be in trouble.
I know.
But anyway,
we love you guys. We really do.
Love you. It's all in love because we feel good. We feel good.
Exactly.
But
we're passionate.
Yeah, I mean, goodness, I am running a business, have 4 kids, running races, like doing a lot. And you make time for what is important. And so I go to bed early and get up early and have those anchors in the morning 100%. Because we don't know what's going to happen in the middle of the day. But we know that we will have had our quiet time, we will have exercised, we will have planned our meal.
We have our non-negotiables, and they are non-negotiables in our life. And God and fitness, they come first. They truly come first in our day, and it just aligns with who we are, what we want to be, the goals we have in our life. But it aligns with leading from the front, which is both important for us. I mean, and that's why, I think that's why part of us, we were nervous for the Take Heart 10K, is because this is our community, this is thing, and it's pressure to perform well, you know, because we push people to perform well. And we put that same pressure on us, but we make the time because it is so important for us, but it also requires us to be regimented and disciplined with how we spend our time outside of work.
And I want to say this, because you said our non-negotiables are time with God and fitness, and we definitely put our families first. We put those non-negotiables before our family ever gets up. And it is so that we can pour into our family during the hours that they're awake. So, because you might be listening and going, I'm a mom and I have kids, so do we. And we are at everything that we can be at. And we are there for them and present. But these non-negotiables happen at a time where it does not impact our family life.
Interfere. Exactly. Very
and
good.
so, because that's the excuse that I always hear. Well, I have kids and I have to get them ready in the morning. So do I. But you have to get up earlier.
I agree. I do. I can't say it enough. Just because your night, you have control of that morning time more than you have control of your evening. It's almost like if someone is coming in at 4 or 4:30, I might be behind. I mean, I come get you at 4 or 4:30, and then I'm going to be behind, and then I might get home later, and then maybe I need to be somewhere, so that workout's getting pushed behind because family is going to come first. And so that is why that morning workout always works.
And why don't you share what you tell people all the time that think that they need like an elaborate workout, or they need a trainer, or they need a gym?
It was funny one time when I shared with somebody. I was like, because we always talk about exercise in like a weight loss protocol with clients, and she said, well, I guess I need to join a gym, and she sighed. I was like, I don't need a gym. We don't need to join a gym. I mean, you can do 20 squats when you get up in the morning out of bed. I was doing push-ups this morning after I got out of the shower because I do push-ups every day. I do 65 push-ups every day. It's going to be 70 in March.
Tomorrow.
Is tomorrow March? Is tomorrow March?
Yeah. Tomorrow's March 1st.
Tomorrow's March. It is not March a leap 1st. Year. Yep. So I will be doing 70, and I've been doing that since mid-December, every day. I don't miss a day. And it is just like finding those movement minutes throughout your day to do something. And
it doesn't have to be glamorous.
I actually had a client the other day come in, and she told me how she does it. And she works at a local hospital here, and every couple of hours she goes and she just walks a lap around the hospital and comes back and goes to work. I was like, I love this. I love this. It is just movement. You are doing something, and you can go for a walk. And I tell people, walk down your driveway, walk back. Do some squats when you get there. Do some lunges when you get to the bottom. Hold a plank.
Well,
Just
and it's
do
like
something.
a conversation we had this morning. Your exercise regimen or routine cannot be dependent on somebody else. And you know, it has to be done because it's something you want to do, and you can make it as hard as you want to make it. So, you know, it's just like anything. You have to prioritize yourself because there's always going to be distractions.
Exactly.
So,
And you don't need the perfect outfit, the perfect playlist, the perfect gym, the perfect schedule. You just need movement.
yeah, because perfection, most of those things don't exist.
It does not exist.
Harsh reality.
It does not exist.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Well, and you know, movement creates energy. We hear people say they're too tired. That you might be living an excuse if you say, I'm too tired. And you feel so much better when you exercise, when you move. Sitting all day is what makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
So our bodies were designed to move.
Yeah, they are. They're designed to move, and they're designed to be outside also.
Yeah.
Because I've challenged a lot of my clients before, who is, I say they don't have time for things, but then I hear that they're taking an hour or two nap,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, hang on. Before you take that nap, walk outside, do some movement for 10 minutes, and then let's see if you're still tired, because it's going to wake you up. Sun is energy. We need to get outside. We need to get in the sun. We need morning sunlight. It's so good for you.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start to move, and we should have, like, if you are sitting at your desk all day long and you have a seated job, if you have the ability to set an alarm to get up every hour or two, and I have one client that walks up to the 6th floor, walks back down. Just that's it. Takes 5 minutes, and then get back to work. And you're going to feel better. And it's literally about prioritizing that, and then give it 30 days and look back and see, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Can you tell a difference? Are you still tired all the time?
Yeah. Well, and then you might be living an excuse if you say that you'll start Monday.
Oh my.
You know, Monday is the most ambitious day in America.
That's funny. That is
But
true.
you know what? Transformation happens on Tuesday. So, you know,
hopefully we'll keep it on Wednesday.
That's right. It is day to day. And just like you said, 30 days. Like, this doesn't happen overnight. You know, people want to see, you know, they want to lose weight in 2 weeks. They want to see new muscle mass in 2 weeks. No, start on a random Thursday, you know.
It's like one of my clients came in yesterday, and we were talking about fasting, and she was on like hour 21 or 22 of a fast. And she was going to go home and eat late, like at about 5 p.m. And I told her how I don't agree with eating that close to bedtime, because she does go to bed earlier. And I was just like, just fast the rest of the day. And I didn't even think about it. Like, just start now. Just do a 24-hour fast starting now. You've only got 3 hours till you'll be in bed.
Just sleep it off.
Yes. I'm always like that. And I've challenged people before. I had somebody come in, we talked about bloating. And I challenged her to remove all artificial sweeteners from her diet. And I asked her, I was like, have you had any? Well, I did have this today. I was like, okay, draw the line in the sand right now. And she was ready. She's like, I'm going to start right now. That's power. And I pray that she did that. I mean, that is powerful, that you don't have to ponder it, think about it, and just do it.
And the thing is, that creates confidence, because then you're like, I did that, and it was hard, and I could do it.
It also reminds me of one of my clients, your patient, And I was back there doing a regenerative on her, and we were just talking because I'm just talking and getting to know people. And we were talking about fasting, and people are very curious about fasting. And I was telling her about, 24-hour fast, 36-hour fast, 72-hour fast. And I saw her the next week, and she shared with me that she did a 72-hour fast when she left me. So I was like, you go.
Yeah.
That just motivates me. And she was so proud, and I love to celebrate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to prepare for this 72-hour fast. She just did it.
Yeah. And be disciplined in it.
Yes. And it does. It gives power. And again, it gives you that stone of remembrance that I am strong. I am capable. I am able. I am worth it.
Yes. Yeah. And, one thing that you talk about frequently is, who do you want to identify as? Like, who do you want the world to know you as? Who do we want we're so convicted about this daily that we want to lead from the front. And so that is another way to stay motivated and stay on the right path in alignment.
Yeah.
Because healthy women, do we want to be known as healthy women? Yes. Yep. And healthy women don't negotiate habits daily. Yeah. You don't negotiate it daily. It is ingrained in you. It is a non-negotiable that is part of your life. Yes. It's not a daily, am I going to eat healthy? Am I going to exercise today? Yeah. We never wake up with that question.
Never.
Am I going to read my Bible today? No.
No.
No. Disciplined people remove that daily debate.
Yes. And just like you said, and I remember you heard this a month or two ago, and I shared it was from Jocko, and he talked about this on that a podcast we recently listened to about discipline equals freedom.
Yeah.
And the interviewer asked, he said, it's like a dichotomy. How does being disciplined give you freedom? But when we are disciplined of being a runner, we don't have to think about going out for a run. We do it. When we are disciplined as being someone healthy, the decisions of what we're going to eat is so simple.
Yeah.
And it just removes so many barriers in your world when you are disciplined, but you have to know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are someone that is going to lead from the front spiritually, physically, I mean, in so many ways. And that's how we conduct ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's how I want people to see us. Because just like we talked about at a football game, we see people, but people are also watching us.
Yeah.
And people are watching you.
Yes.
And what are they seeing? Are they seeing someone make an excuse that truly is not walking in their identity?
Yeah.
And that scares me.
Yeah, it should scare
I'm not perfect, and I do make mistakes, and you may have seen me make lots of mistakes.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that we don't wake up every day motivated. That's not what makes us do what we do. We wake up decided. Like, for example, we don't say, hey, are you going to run tomorrow?
Nope. See you at 4 a.m.
See you at 4 a.m.
See you at 4 a.m.
See you at 5 a.m. on Saturday. Yep. We may say, how far are we running? What path are we going to take? But we know what we're going to do.
We know what we're going to do.
And I think about this is like such a smaller scale, but when we travel together, even when we have our husbands with us, we all know what we want to eat. Like it's not like, what are we going to eat? We want to go somewhere glamorous. We're like, okay, let's go here because we know that we can get something healthy. And, it's not about the experience
not
for
about
us.
The experience. It's just about fuel.
It's just about fuel. That's right. And so,
fuel that's not going to upset us.
Yeah.
I don't like to try new things. I don't know why.
It all has to do with the goal. It all has to do with the goal. So
because we're usually on fitness vacations.
Yes, always.
And even if it's not a fitness vacation, we're going to run.
That's right. Early.
We're going to go see the city somehow, some way.
So, who are you? Who are you? And be true to who you are in your daily decision making. 100%. And, excuses can show up spiritually too. Yes. And, I'll pray more when life slows down. One of our goals this year is to pray intentionally and pray right then if the Holy Spirit convicts us to do that. And we both have a prayer journal that we do weekly. And, there's always a reason that you can't. And so you have to prioritize it. I'll read the Bible when my kids get older. I'll step into leadership when I feel ready. I'll serve at church whenever I have more time. And, all of that stuff is just kind of an excuse.
It is an excuse.
So
excuses will say that is fine.
Yep.
Just wait. Just continue to put that on the back burner.
Yeah.
And not every day is promised, my friends.
Right.
We have seen tragedy happen.
Yeah.
And that's eternal. That is an eternal decision. And I truly, when I stand before God, I want to know. I have failed a lot of times, and I am so grateful for the grace that He has given me. But I'm most grateful for the platform He's given me from the bad things that I've decided to do and choices that I have made to help other people. But I am constantly trying to lead people to God.
Yeah. And I think that that's an important thing to note right here, because this has been, for some of you, this podcast might be a little bit hard to listen to if you're listening to, or if you're kind of stuck in the excuse era of your life. But grace is God's unmerited favor, and that is grace for yourself, grace for your body, grace for what you've done. You know, make your pain your platform, push start today, and you're never too far gone. You are never too far gone.
Never.
I always get teared up at church when I see an old person get baptized, because I'm always like, I wonder what got them from here to here. And then it's a little bit sad when you're like, all those years, but then it's never too late.
It's never too late.
And so whether it is spiritual, it needs to be spiritual first, but fitness, what you're eating, health, your body, time spent, you know, maybe it's what you've invested your time in. Maybe your ladder's been leaning on the wrong wall, but you're not too far gone to change, to realign, to pivot.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, so some excuses are rooted in fear, fear that you're going to fail, fear that you're going to look silly at the gym, not keeping up, and, you know, being different at the event or whatever.
Yes.
And that's not a good reason. That's just an excuse.
Yep. I agree, because just like you said earlier, is doing the popular thing is usually not the best choice.
Yeah.
It's truly not the best choice. And if you are being different and you're standing out for your health and you're standing out for your family and you're doing things, I mean, that's a good thing. That's a strength. And people don't see that as strength.
Yeah, it's not weakness.
It truly is a strength that you are confident enough to stand on your convictions and to do what you believe in.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. So that's hard truth with grace is what it is.
That is true.
And so, you know, you might be living in excuses if you meal prep for your kids but not for yourself. You know? And I mean, that's true. If you're fixing your kids' lunches but you're not taking anything to work, you know, if you're waiting for motivation instead of building discipline, there are so many days that I do not want to get up when I get up, that I do not want to go run, that I do not want to lift weights, but you've got to live in discipline. The daily discipline. Consistency compounds.
Motivation is fickle.
Yes.
It does not get you
yes.
anywhere in life if you're waiting for motivation.
Motivation is an emotion.
Yes. You know? I mean, that's what I tell. I always told that to like campers when I outdoor boot camp trainer, and they would tell me, I'd check like, why did you not show up this morning? I just wasn't motivated. I don't need you motivated. I just need you to show up.
Yeah.
I will motivate you. Please.
Let me motivate you.
Let me motivate you, please. Yes, because it is not that. If you say you want longevity, but don't lift weights, you might be living in an excuse.
That's good. Muscle matters.
Muscle matters. We have to lift the weights. And just like you said a moment ago, is the fear of being like ridiculed in public.
Yeah.
And it saddens me that so many women will not go to the weight area of a gym because they're scared. And I just want them to be confident. I want them to go pick up some dumbbells, and I want them to lift them.
Yeah.
And I hear that all the time. That's why they stay on the cardio equipment.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sad. If you want hormone balance, but you won't sleep, you might be living in an excuse. I bet, do you hear this one a lot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're constantly talking about hormone balance.
So common. We say this to each other a lot, that you have to fix the foundation first.
Yes.
And that's so true. The nutrition, the exercise, the sleep. If that's not where it needs to be, then you won't be able to regulate hormones. You won't be able to focus on muscle. Like, there's so many other things.
Yep, I agree. If you blame your spouse's dessert for your inflammation,
Yeah.
you might be living in an excuse.
Not okay.
Not okay. Not okay.
Well, before we close, I think that we should read this excuse quote one more time.
Okay, I agree. 'Cause
So
it's powerful.
good. So good.
Especially the first part of it.
It is good to wrap things up, and then we'll wrap things up. Excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted from you. Excuses are not your friend. Excuses are like a friend at the bar that keeps feeding you drinks that is really not your friend. When your excuses make you feel a little bit better about what you didn't execute because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, excuses are the opposite of extreme ownership. Extreme ownership is when you accept responsibility for what needs to change. And when you do not accept responsibility for what needs to change, nothing changes and you will stay exactly in the same place with excuses. So, quit making excuses.
Quit making excuses. Thanks for spending time with us on Grit and Grace Podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please like, share, and follow us on all platforms. And as you head back into your life, choose to pursue it with strength, faith, and intention, a life marked by both grit and grace.